What's up guys, Jay Walia here and welcome to yet another installment of Pura Vida, and today we are gonna check out one of the most talked about non-Cuban brands that you can find on the market. This is the Arturo Fuente. Now there's a lot that has been said about the Arturo Fuente, of course. Recently the attention has been on the eye of the shark. This is not the eye of the shark, of course. This is the Arturo Fuente Don Carlos BELICOSO. This was rated number 4 on the Cigar Aficionados list in 2015. So let's go and check it out. But first, the dimensions. So coming in at a length of 5.37 inches in length by a 52 ring gauge. This is of course BELICOSO shaped, so not quite a torpedo but a BELICOSO, which means that the point is not as sharp. Featuring tobaccos, filler and binder from the Dominican Republic, of course, and rather uniquely a wrapper from the Cameroon. So it's a Cameroonian wrapper, very supple, very soft. Few visible veins right there, but nothing too serious. The foot looks alright, not the most perfect, and that's one of the features of a Cameroonian wrapper. Unfortunately, it is very fragile and very brittle. The band looks beautiful on this. Said to be one of the biggest names when it comes to non-Cuban tobacco itself. Of course, they are based in the Dominican Republic, and you know, when we talk about the high-profile cigars, the high-profile non-Cuban cigars in the market, the Opus X's, the Eye of the Shark, the likes of that, they are all from the House of Fuente. Now, this particular cigar is said to be a special blend to be for as a tribute to the patriarch itself, Don Carlos, right there. So you know, it is said to be his favorite blend, and it's using a Cameroon wrapper which you know has its moods. It's slightly more supple, it's more susceptible to cracking, and it also needs to be fermented in a different way altogether. So just a little caveat out there for all of y'all: when it comes to cutting the cigar, make sure your cutter is razor sharp, or else you are gonna get cracks in the wrapper. So you know, just be careful with the cigar, just treat it with love and care. Now you know, the Fuente family has been at it for a very long time, of course, so you know, your heritage with tobacco is right there. And with the Eye of the Shark that's been named, if I'm not mistaken, number 1 on Cigar Aficionados list, you know, everyone is looking for it, everyone is searching for it. One of my absolute favorite Fuente cigars is actually the Anejo Shark, as what it's called. It's a rather odd shape for a cigar, but it's got beautiful flavors on it. In the first third, you're getting very light floral notes, a very woody essence, but also a slight nuttiness in the finish of the cigar. There's a very ever so slight creaminess on the palate, you know, not insanely creamy I must say, but it is noticeable. The finish is very short. This is a very mild cigar. I mean, if I were to draw a comparison with my favorite Fuente, the Anejo Shark, that's on one whole different spectrum altogether. This will be on the lightest spectrum of a Fuente that I've had thus far. You know, the ash is just all over the place. It's not a cigar that you want to have while driving or anything like that. You're going to get ash all over you. The flavor profile is very distinctively Dominican. It's almost like a Davidoff. It's very mild, it's very light. Not much transitions from the first third into the second third itself. You're getting just a slight coffee, a very faint light coffee on the finish in the second third, but nothing to really shout about, you know. It's very mild, very mild indeed. Not much change on the flavor profile. towards the end, still very light. This is a very, very light cigar, you know, mild flavors. Akin, very typical of, you know, most of my experiences with Dominican tobacco has been as such, you know. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means that it's a great smoke to have in the morning, or, you know, sometime, you know, when the sun is out, basically. It's not one of those heavy sort of like dessert smokes or anything like that. If you're a big Davidoff fan, you would definitely enjoy the cigar because the flavor profile is closer to that, and of course it's the same origin of tobacco as well. But if you're into very bold flavored cigars, very strong cigars, you know, if you're used to the Nicaraguan powerhouses, or if your go-to brand is the Padrones or anything like that, then this cigar may not be for you. It's not a bad cigar, the burn was great, it's just the ash was very, very flaky, and the flavor profile was very mild. So, you know, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. If that is your thing, then definitely give this cigar a try. For me personally, it was a little too mild for me. I was waiting for the cigar to wake up most of the time, and you know what? It was a steady performer altogether. So if you're into mild flavors, I would recommend the cigar for sure. But if you love strong, bold flavored cigars, if your favorite Cuban cigar is a Partagas or Trinidad, for example, then maybe give this cigar a miss. That's all from me today on Pura Vida. I'll see you guys at the next installment of Pura Vida. Till then, take care and happy smoking.
Life's love letters, it gets no better.